Lammy, a relatively quiet day for deadline day at the trade period. We brought in two players and two pick swaps. What's the overall feeling coming out of the period?
Thanks, Dave. We're really happy. Obviously, we had some objectives coming into this period that we've ticked off really well. Firstly, we wanted to get some mature ruck back up to support Gorney. We were able to do that last Friday week ago, where we brought in Tommy Campbell as an unrestricted free agent. So Tommy's a really wonderful person, great competitor, great character. He won Sandy's best and fairest last year in the VFL, so he'll provide great help for Max. Their old mates played at the Sandy Dragons together back in the day. He'll be a great support for Will Verrill, who's developing really well, so we're thrilled with that. One of our other objectives was obviously to bring in another pick in the first round of this draft to get as highly as we can. To couple that with pick 5, which we hold, we've done that successfully over a number of years to group young talent together so they grow together in our program and become really close. So last year with Caleb and Colton coming in, this year we held pick 5. Then we were able to strike a deal with Essendon to secure us pick 9, which is unbelievable to have 2 top 10 picks in this draft, which the whole industry is really excited about, and we are. So we'll get 2 really good players there. Obviously, Alex Neal-Bullen left the club, and what a wonderful servant, Alex. 10 years on the list, a premiership player, a life member, a great leader. Had some circumstances that we were happy to help Alex get home, given the service he'd given the club and what he was going through. So pick 28 that we got for Alex was part of the trade that got us up to pick 9. And then because we've lost Alex and also Lockie Hunter retiring, we've lost some real genuine run. Both of them are elite athletes, so we went looking for someone to come in and fill a bit of a void there, and that was Harry Sharp from Brisbane. So Harry's a 21-year-old, turns 22 in December. He's played 16 games at the Lions, was an emergency all through their final series this year, so he's right on the cusp of the premiership team, which is great. Just stuck behind some really good players. He's an elite runner. Obviously it's been well documented, he holds the record for the 2K time trial, but he's a good player as well, so we think he can come in and play either wing or high half forward, and that'll give Goody and the coaches an opportunity to do some things with some other players. So overall we've ticked off what we wanted to get done.
You mentioned the chance to get up to pick 9. Were there some specific players that we were targeting by grabbing that pick?
No, not necessarily, because it's still really fluid around the order, around the top of the draft. It's just such an exciting pool, there's so much talent, so much variety that we just wanted to get another pick in to bank 2 more elite young talents to go with Caleb and Colton from last year. So we haven't settled on a player or a type yet, but it's just a really talented group of players at that area of the draft.
A fairly big suite of picks went out the door to secure that pick 9. Was it our sort of strategy that getting in at the top end was more important than those later picks?
Yeah, 100%. You can't beat bringing in elite young talent. Obviously it worked for Essendon as well, because it'll help them match a bid. They've got a highly rated NGA prospect, so it worked for them, or they wouldn't have done it, and it works for us. It's something, as I said, we've done over history. If you look at the last 10 years, we've done it a number of times, and it's worked really well for us. So, the elite young talent, they tend to turn into really good players, so we're pumped with that.
Harry Sharp debuted as an 18-year-old schoolboy for Brisbane. How have we seen his game develop in those last few years?
Yeah, well, he's put on, I think when we spoke to him, we had a Zoom with him. He was actually in Croatia. It was Goody, Richo and myself, and we spoke about that. He was 67 or 8 kilos when he drafted. He's 83 or 4 now, so he's got much bigger and stronger. Hasn't diluted his running power, but it's just helped him around contest areas in the game, so he's a bit stronger and a bit more able to withstand the rigours of AFL footy. So he had a terrific season in the VFL, especially late in the year. He's quite dominant at that level and was scoring heavily, and played a really crucial role in the Lions VFL team that made it all the way through the prelim as well. But he unfortunately missed a couple of the finals because he was an emergency for the AFL team.
Tom Campbell's, this will be his 4th AFL club, so he's definitely very experienced. Is that what we were hoping to bring in for that ruck depth? Yeah, we need someone who can really play a role. Obviously we've got Max, who's 7-time All-Australian and our captain and the number one ruck in the game. So we needed someone, if Max needed to miss a week or 2, that someone who could really come in and provide a great contest, be really physical, and he's a wonderful character, Tom. Like anyone who gets to know him will really enjoy their time with him.
Want to see more from the Ds? And don't forget to subscribe up here.